This one is, cow. No, this one is cow, fishy. Huh? This one is cow. This one is cow or sea cow, the colour white. Really? And this one, very, very easy. Cow, very easy, is cow. Cow, rice. Really? You're really not very good at this, are you? Okay, welcome back everybody, and today I'm going to teach you a few more essential Thai words that will keep you going down that road to learning Thai. I'm back at Bpenrai or Khon Lake, one of my favourite places in Khon Kaen. We've been here many times before. So I'm going to show you around the place once more, show you a few places I've not seen here yet, and then we'll get on to teaching you those essential words. But before we get into today's essential words and phrases, I'm going to talk to you about one of the most essential parts of language learning, irrespective of the language itself. Whether you are learning English, Thai, Japanese, French or ríab-roi, there are four core language skills that you must learn before you become fluent. Any ideas what they are? And of course I'm talking about listening, speaking, reading, writing and... Oh no, I said four, didn't I? Yeah, listening, speaking, reading and writing. But what's the first language skill you should actually learn? Well, first try going back to remembering when you were a kid. Did you learn to read and write straight away? Nope. What about speaking? Other than gaga-goo-goo? Probably not. Of course, any child will first learn to listen. Oh no, so listen. They listen over and over again to what their parents say. They take it in and listen and listen and listen, and eventually they repeat it. And for me, it's the same when learning a second language. And it doesn't matter which language it is. It is really important to listen as much as you can to native speakers. And by that, I mean Thai. Listen to what they say, how they say it, and then try to repeat it. Put simply, immerse yourself in the language. If you are in Thailand, brilliant. Go out and listen to Thai speak. Even try to engage a little with them if you can. If you are not in Thailand, well, there's that thing called YouTube. You may have heard of it. Anyway, get on there, listen to what Thai people have to say, and then repeat it. It really works. I remember when I was a teacher in Thailand, and when I watched some of the Thai teachers teaching English or another language, it involved a lot of writing on the board, copying from the board, dealing with grammar, and then filling in missing words. Only at the end was some of it spoken, both listening and speaking. Of course, this isn't all Thai teachers, and I'm not saying anything against them, but it seems far removed from the way that I would naturally go about learning a language. For me, the order of learning any language should be listen, speak, read, and write. Right? Or is it the other right? Right or right? Is it right or right? But when many Thais seem to learn a language, it seems to go write, read, listen, and finally, after they've learned everything else, speak. Almost completely the opposite way round. In more rural areas, a lot of the English lessons I have overseen tend to be conducted more in Thai. I am not saying that this is wrong, nor am I saying that all Thai teachers are like that. Many are amazing teachers. But I think by doing this, it misses out on the most important aspect of language learning. And it's the same with many Westerners when learning Thai. They look at some transliterated Thai and they say what they see, instead of listening to a native speaker first. Once they have said it out loud a few times, they suffer from what is known as fossilized learning. In other words, they say it wrong a few times and it sticks, and then they find it incredibly difficult to change it afterwards. In some countries, the first 6 months of learning a language in the classroom is done through passive learning, whereby the students don't speak or write, they simply listen to the teacher as well as read. I am not saying it is the perfect solution, as learning any language is incredibly difficult. But it really does go to show just how important listening really is. Don't get me wrong, learning to speak, read and write are massively important. But listening is key, especially in those early stages. So before you get into any language full on, it's always a good idea to listen to natives as much as possible. And then try to copy them. Oi, shut up. Stop copying me. And you'll sound much more like a native than if you try to learn by yourself. Just my 2 pence worth anyway. Now, if you remember the last lesson, there were a number of keywords that are essential if you want to survive in Thailand. This is especially true if you want to dip your toe into the non-tourist areas. And I strongly advise that you do. So here are the keywords from the previous lesson. I'll just leave them there for a moment. So if you didn't watch the first video, I strongly suggest you watch that first. I'll leave a link up there or over there or there or there or somewhere anyway. So the first word of today that's very, very important, and you will hear it all the time, and it's a great word to use yourself, and that is bpenrai, bpenrai, or you may hear it as bpenrai, more of an L sound than the rā-rua. Bpenrai, bpenrai. Both are the same, and both mean it doesn't matter, it's no problem, forget about it. Yeah, and it kind of goes really well with the Thai attitude towards life, the sabai, simple way of life, you know. Great thing to learn, and I think you should definitely put that one in your vocabulary bank. The next word is very, very short, and it's just pronounced la. Falling tone, la. And it just kind of means, what about, it's kind of a leading up to a question. So, but we'll come back onto that in a moment. Okay, in this video I was going to talk more in detail about the use of yes and no, meaning châi or my and all of the derivatives, but there are so many permutations, I think it should have a dedicated vlog on the use of yes and no. By doing that, I can spend more time on it, and I think it will help you sound more like a native speaker than a foreigner just saying yes or no. So the next video will be all dedicated to yes and no. Now the next word is just a particle that goes at the end of questions, and we kind of covered that last time, and it's different than the previous word no. And if you listen, this one is my. Again, it's just a particle word, yes, that forms part of a question. If you listen to the other word no, my. Now the next word is one that you'll hear a lot, but you tend not to use it on its own. It forms part of a question, and that is à-rai. À-rai. Very difficult to say, and you'll often hear à-lai, à-lai, à-lai. It's low tone, a, and then lai, mid tone. À-lai, à-lai, or à-rai, à-rai. And it basically just means what. Now, you do, under certain instances, hear just in saying that, but it's very, very abrupt. If someone goes, à-rai, it's like, what? What are you looking at? What do you want? You'll even hear it much longer, à-rai, à-rai. Yes? And it's really like, what are you looking at? What do you want? Kind of thing, you know? So it mostly is used with as part of a question. So you would say something like, à-rai, à-rai, what are you going to eat? Yeah? Or à-rai, if you're going to be more precise. That kind of thing. Now the next word you'll often come across, and it's very important, unless you want to die of starvation, it is gin. Gin, mid-tone, gin. Gin means simply eat. Eat. Gin. Gin. And the next word is drink. You've had eat, gin. Drink. Gin. Gin. Eat, gin. Drink, gin. Huh. Well, that's a little confusing, isn't it? Both mid-tone, gin and gin. It can mean both. Now, there is another word for drink, and that's dùum. Dùum. Low tone with an sound, the sound of dùum. Dùum. But most people will just say gin lei. Or they may go gin lei. You will on occasion hear dùum lei, but it's not that popular compared to gin. Gin generally means when you're talking about both things. You'll say gin lei, and they kind of mean what do you want to eat and drink. Yeah, but quite sometimes you go to a restaurant, they will say, oh, dùum lei. Yeah, but it's good to know both meanings. They're both variants, really. Gin, dùum. Can be confusing, can't it? Now the next word is rice, and it should be kâao. 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 Gin, remember, eat. Gin kâao. Gin kâao. Eat rice. Now we're making little sentences. Now the next one, again, will only form part of a sentence, and that is leei. Again, that sound of yes, as if you're studying something, that leei. Yes, mid-tone, leei, leei. And it kind of means not at all, or not at all. Okay, again, come back to that in a moment. And the next one is simply, again, yet, or at all yet, or not yet. And it's yang, or ruyang, yang. Yang, หรือยัง again I'll come on to using those in a moment. Again, you don't use it on its own, generally forms part of a sentence. Okay, and now you can start to formulate questions like กินข้าวยัง yes, กินข้าวยัง or to be more precise, กินข้าวหรือยัง 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 กินข้าว กินข้าวเรียบร้อยแล้ว กินข้าว กินข้าวเรียบร้อยแล้ว กินข้าวเรียบร้อยแล้ว It's very hard to say. And if you haven't eaten, you can go yang, or yang ไม่กิน or yang ไม่กินเลย ยังไม่กินเลย 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 Now the next two words you will hear all the time, and that's like and don't like. And like is very simply ชอบ 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 falling tone ชอบ and don't like is again ชอบ but before that you put ไม่ again falling tone ไม่ชอบ now it's not ไม่ชอบ just ไม่ชอบ again as I almost said it then you'll often hear ชอบ it's more like Shawshank than Chawchang, but that's more Isaan. But you will hear that all over Thailand. But it should be ไม่ชอบ ไม่ชอบ like a row of houses ไม่ชอบ and if you're not getting it quite right at first, don't worry, just ชอบ or ไม่ชอบ something like that. That will do. Like if someone says to you now, do you like noodles? Yes, ไม่ชอบกิน remember ไม่ชอบกิน I don't like to eat. Or you can say the noun as well. Yeah, so do you like apples? คุณชอบกินแอปเปิ้ลไหม ไม่ชอบกินแอปเปิ้ล ไม่ชอบกินแอปเปิ้ล or ชอบกิน or ชอบกินแอปเปิ้ล Now the next one, I thought I'd show my stomach in this one because a lot of people do use body language. Remember I talked to you about that in the last video. So again, if you're not pronouncing it perfectly just yet, if you're not quite getting the tone right, don't worry. The next word is hungry, hungry. Yes, not angry, hungry. And that is hiu, hiu, rising tone, hiu, hiu. Okay, now if you're angry, I like angry, but what if I go hungry? I'm hungry. Now just by doing that, you know I'm hungry. So if you're not quite there yet with the tone, don't worry, but hiu, hiu, you know, so even if you said it mid-tone, it's like hiu, hiu, it probably still will be understood, but try and remember it goes down like into a valley and up. Hiu, hiu, perfect. So now you can say หิวข้าว หิวข้าว I am hungry. Now the word for food is actually อาหาร but when Thais talk they would always say eat rice because they have rice with everything virtually. So it would be กินข้าว ไม่ใช่ no sorry not กินอาหาร doesn't quite work. So the final two words of this lesson will help you start to describe some of the food slightly. And that is à-roi, à-roi, sort of low tone and mid tone, à-roi. Again, a lot of the time you will hear alloy, 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 yes, and it means delicious or yummy, yeah, alloy, à-roi, à-roi, alloy, and again, both will be fully understood. Now, if you want to make it sound even more delicious, you can add the word very, very, which in Thai would be mâak, yes, falling tone, mâak. À-roi, à-roi, mâak. Oh, à-roi, mâak. À-roi, mâak. Or à-loi, mâak. À-loi, mâak. À-roi, mâak. À-roi, mâak. Or you could even hear à-roi, mâak, mâak, meaning it's like really, really delicious. And if you don't like something, again, go back to my à-roi, my à-roi, or my à-roi leei. My à-roi leei. Anyway, that will just about do for today's video. There are going to be many, many, many more videos on speaking Thai from a Westerner's perspective. So look out for those in the coming weeks and months. And don't forget, if you like this channel, give that big thumbs up. Comment. I love all your comments, guys. They really help this channel grow. But most of all, subscribe. I really need those subscriptions for the channel to grow. Okay? Take care for now, everybody. See you very, very soon. Bye-bye.